Lecture number 3, Unit 9, Hydrogen 9.4, Properties of Dihydrogen. We continue with this lecture. Now this is important for physical properties and chemical properties. So we finished uses of dihydrogen in this lecture. So first of all, agenda for this lecture is physical properties, chemical properties and uses of dihydrogen. And then we switch on towards hydrides. Okay. So here 9.4.1. 9.4.1 is the physical properties. They contain state, color, that is considered as physical properties. So dihydrogen is a colorless. Remember, it's a colorless, odorless, okay, tasteless, odorless, tasteless, combustible, gas. Combustible, combustion reaction is occur. So combustible gas, they react with oxygen. Okay. So here you remember, combustible gas. It is lighter than air. Lighter than air. And insoluble in water. And insoluble in water. Its other physical properties along with those of deuterium and given in a table that properties you already learned, but just we remind it. So here physical properties of dihydrogen is according to that density is 0.09, enthalpy, okay, covalent radius is 37 picometer, ionic radius is 208. So these are, you have to remember, physical properties of, we can say, that dihydrogen. So here physical properties is over. Now we switch on towards, we can say, that chemical properties. Here in your NCERT textbook, according to chemical properties, you have to remember by certain reactions. Okay, so first of all, in this chapter it's important. So chemical properties, that is 9.4.2. That means what it deals with chemicals. Okay. So the chemical behavior of dihydrogen and for the matter or molecule is determined to a large extent by bond dissociation enthalpy. The HH bond dissociation enthalpy is the highest for a single bond. This HH bond dissociation enthalpy is the highest for a single bond between two atoms of any elements. Two atoms of any elements. So remember, hydrogen bond dissociation. This bond dissociation enthalpy is the highest for a single bond between two atoms of any elements. Okay, so this is first we can say that according to dissociation enthalpy. What inference? What would you like to draw from this? It is because of this factor the dissociation of dihydrogen into atoms is only 0.081% around 2000 Kelvin, which increases to 95.5% at 5000 Kelvin. Also it is relatively inert, okay, due to this high HH bond enthalpy. So this is a reason why hydrogen bond dissociation enthalpy is higher. Thus the atomic hydrogen is produced at a higher temperature in electric arc or under ultraviolet radiations Since its orbital is incomplete with 1s1 electronic configuration, it does not combine with almost all the elements. Remember, it accomplishes reactions by first loss of the only electron give H plus. That means what? Here H2. Release 2 electron and produce H plus ion and gain an electron to form H minus. So here H plus electron. Okay, so H plus electron, it gives H minus, and sharing electron to form a single covalent bond. This is all about, we can say that dihydrogen gas according to dissociation enthalpy. So here we learn one by one reaction with halogen. First is reaction with halogen. This is your first topic. Second is reaction with dioxygen. Third is reaction with dinitrogen. Fourth is reaction with metals. Fifth is reaction with metal ions and metal oxides, and reactions with organic compounds. So this is all about, we can say that, chemical properties. So first is this reaction with dioxygen. So 2H2 gas plus O2 gas at we can say catalyst or heating. So here 2H2O liquid and formation change delta H0. Standard enthalpy change is, it's an exothermic reaction, minus 285.9 kilojoule per mole. Remember this reaction? So here, when dihydrogen gas is reacts with dioxygen in presence of catalyst or heating, it gives 2 moles of water molecule. At that time, enthalpy, standard enthalpy change is minus 285.9 kilojoule per mole, and that's why this reaction is considered as exothermic reaction. Okay, so the reaction is highly exothermic, remember. Now second is reaction with dinitrogen. So this reaction you have to learn later on. This is nothing but Haber's process. 3H2 gas plus N2 gas in presence of, we can say that temperature is also maintained 673 Kelvin and atmosphere pressure is 300 atmosphere, and here you have to use Fe iron powder, finally divided iron powder. So you got 2 moles of ammonia gas. This is nothing but Haber's process. Remember, this process is called Haber's process. Production of ammonia, and at that time delta H0 is also exothermic, which is minus 92.6 kilojoule moles. Okay, so this is the method for the manufacture of ammonia. Okay, now next method is that, but you make a screenshot of this, and then we move towards reaction with metals and then reaction with metal ions and metal oxides according to your NCERT textbook. You remember only this reaction. Reaction is very important. Okay, now next one is reactions with metals. So you have to take H2 gas plus 2N. That means H2 gas plus M in terms of solid. What's the gaseous form? At that time, product obtained as 2NH in gaseous form. What's the solid form? Here, hydride is solid form. Where M is alkali metal. Suppose M stands for here potassium, so here we can say that potassium hydride is obtained. Suppose calcium hydride is obtained. Okay, according to we can say that LiNaC, so lithium, sodium, that's it. We can say that calcium is not present at here. So here we can explain on the basis of hydride form and with many metals combined at higher temperature. That means you have to put delta at here to yield corresponding hydride. So this hydride is there. That one you have to learn later on also. So H2 gas plus 2M gas, it gives 2MH solid. This is the first reaction. Then fourth one is reactions with metal ions. And metal oxide and metal oxide. Reactions with metal ion, that means one ion is present. So same way once again we write here, suppose we write H2 gas plus palladium and that charge is plus 2 palladium, that is Pd not Pb. At that time Pd solid and here twice H plus aqueous. This is one type of redox reaction. Another, you have to remember YH2 gas plus MXOY solid and it gives XM solid plus, that means this becomes solid and here obtain YH2O. Y and X is a certain values, so here you have to remember. So here it reduces some metal ions. This is the reduction reaction. Remember Pd plus 2, so plus 2 charge is there and 0 is there. So plus 2 to 0. So oxidation number is decreases. Due to that reduction reaction takes place and due to that they reduce. Okay, and reduce aqueous solution and oxides of metal less active ions into corresponding metals. Just you see metal is obtained here. So this is all about reactions with metal ions and metal oxides. Now reactions with organic compounds you already learned in your, we can say that earlier lecture. In organic, reaction with organic compound, reaction with organic compound. So here, what's the compounds? So here, reacts with many organic compounds in the presence of catalyst, palladium or say to give useful hydrogenated product of commercial importance. For example, first is hydrogenation of vegetable oils using nickel catalyst gives edible fats. So here vegetable oils in presence of nickel catalyst when undergoes hydrogenation, they are converted into edible fats. Edible fats. That is vanaspati ghee. That is there. That is nothing but vanaspati ghee. Okay. So margarine or vanaspati. Okay. So here this is vegetable oils. You remember this one, it's very important. In the presence of nickel catalyst, hydrogenation takes place. So vegetable oil is converted to edible fat by which catalyst and which particular reagent. So dihydrogen gas is there. Another sixth topic is also there. That means here second topic, that is a hydroformylation of olefins. You know this one very well. This is a Fischer-Tropsch reaction. H2 plus CO. You already learned in your lower standard, but here you have to once again learn RCH double bond CH2. So here RCH2 CH2 CHO is obtained, and this is nothing but aldehyde, and H2 plus R Once again, this aldehyde reacts with dihydrogen, it produces alcohol. So this is R CH2 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 and here OH. This is nothing but redox reaction. So understand this one. So hydroformylation of olefins is aldehyde which further undergo reduction to gives alcohol. So remember this conversion. This is alkene, they are converted into aldehyde. This is olefins is nothing but alkene. Olefins is there and this is once again converted in terms of aldehyde. And this aldehyde once again converted in terms of alcohol. So the second number is important for conversion in your competitive exam. H2 plus CO plus RCH double bond CH2. Suppose here RCH2 CH2 CHO is obtained, that aldehyde is obtained, and here H2 plus RCH2 CH2 CHO reacts. It reacts with, we can say that once again H2. So it gives RCH2 CH2 CH2OH. So alcohol is obtained. So this way we can say that chemical properties is completed. Now we switch on towards we can say that uses of dihydrogen. So once again you read these chemical properties. First of all, you have to remember these chemical properties by reaction with halogens. Okay, halogens gives H2 plus X2 and reactions with halogens is remaining. So you have to write it reactions with halogens, reactions with dioxygen, reactions with halogens, just I write it here, reactions with halogen. So here H2 gas plus X2 gas, it gives twice HX gas, that you have to write here reaction with H2 gas plus one is remaining H2 gas, it gives twice HX, where X is equal to halogen compound, the halogen element fluorine, bromine and iodine. Okay, so remember this one. And this HX in terms of gaseous form. So once again, reaction with halogens give halide form, and reactions with dioxygen gives water. Reactions with dinitrogen gives ammonia by Haber's process. Reactions with metals gives different types of metallic hydride. It means metal is only alkali metal. Reaction with metal ions and metal oxides. So H2 plus Pd plus 2, that means whatever the ion is there, metallic ion is there, they are reduced in terms of metals. And this once again we can say that H2 gas reacts with metallic oxide, then it gives metal plus water molecule. Reactions with organic compound. So here hydrogenation, this is very important, hydrogenation of vegetable oil in presence of nickel catalyst, it gives edible fat. And here organic compound, that means another H2 plus CO plus RCH double bond CH2, so it gives RCH2 CH2 CHO, and once again this reacts with dihydrogen, it gives alcohol. So first of all, olefin is there converted to aldehyde, and aldehyde once again reduced, H2 gas is there, that's why it's reduced in terms of alcohol. So this is all about, we can say that chemical properties, you have to remember this. And now we switch on towards 9.4.3 uses of dihydrogen. Make a screenshot of this and read it completely and prepare it. Okay, now uses in your NCERT textbook problem 9.1 is given. Comment on the reactions of dihydrogen with chlorine, sodium and copper 2 oxide. So first of all, just you see, reaction with chlorine, that means H2 gas plus Cl2 gas, it gives twice HCl. So hydrochloric acid is obtained, in terms of covalent bond is obtained. Okay. So here sodium, suppose sodium is reacts with dihydrogen, it produces sodium hydride, and it is nothing but metallic hydride. So here formation of ionic compound is formed. And third is dihydrogen when reacts with copper to oxide at a time. According to this reaction, copper to oxide is there. Suppose Cu2 and here copper to oxide is there. So here CuO is there. So instead here Cu solid is obtained and number of molecules of water molecule is obtained. So covalent bond is formed, which is a covalent molecule. Okay, H2O, which is a covalent molecule. That's why in a first case we can say that it is a hydrogen and chlorine covalent molecule. Second case we can say that ionic, and third case we can say that covalent molecule. So these are you have to remember from certain reactions. You have to arrange certain reactions. You have to write certain reactions, and from that you make a comment. Okay. 9.4.3 uses of dihydrogen. So first use is very important. The largest single use of dihydrogen is in the synthesis of ammonia. Synthesis of ammonia by Haber's process, which is used in the manufacture of nitric acid, which is once again used in the manufacture of nitric acid, and this preparation from nitric acid is considered as Ostwald's process that you will learn later on, and nitrogenous fertilizer and nitrogenous fertilizers. Okay, so first use is this synthesis of ammonia according to Haber's process, which is used in the manufacture of nitric acid and nitrogenous fertilizers. Another we can say that dihydrogen is used in the manufacture of vanaspati fat. You know this one, vegetable oil is there. So dihydrogen is used in the manufacture of vanaspati fat by the hydrogenation of, if you know property, then you are able to write it here, hydrogenation of polysaturated vegetable oils like soybean, cotton seeds. Okay. Third is it is used in the manufacture of bulk organic chemicals, particularly methanol. So here one reaction is there. So CO gas plus 2H2 gas in the presence of cobalt as catalyst. Cobalt, CO catalyst. And here just to see H is there. How many H is there? 4. So you have to write here CH3 and OH. This is nothing but methanol in terms of liquid. Methanol. Okay. So it is widely used in the manufacture of metallic hydride. Manufacture of metallic hydride. Okay. So this use is very important. It is used for the preparation of hydrogen chloride, a highly useful chemical. Manufacture of hydrogen chloride. So remember by this point, and point to point if you write, then marks is not cut. In metallurgical process, this dihydrogen is used as reduction, or say it is used to reduce. It is used to reduce okay, heavy metal oxides, heavy metal oxides to metals, just like this way. H2 gas plus PD plus 2 gas is there. Suppose here oxide is also there, so it converts in terms of metallic form. So this is very important. In metallurgically it is come. Next one is very important. Just you make a note of this. Then two properties are remaining, and that properties is very important. But another property is very simple, so we write it. It is used as a rocket fuel in space research. Rocket fuel in space research. So this is important. We can say that. And one important is that atomic hydrogen and oxyhydrogen torches. This is important. So you write it from your textbook. Find use for cutting and welding purpose. Atomic hydrogen atoms produce dissociation of dihydrogen with the help of electric arc are allowed to recombine on the surface to be welded, okay, to generate the temperature of 4000 Kelvin. And another is dihydrogen is used as a fuel cells, okay, for generating electrical energy. And we can say that it has many advantages over the conventional fossil fuels and electrical power. It does not produce any pollution and releases greater energy per unit mass of fuel in comparison to gasoline and other fuels. So you write these two particular uses of this dihydrogen from your textbook, and particularly it's a very important uses. So just we revise it, but first of all you read it and then make a screenshot of this. So here atomic hydrogen and oxyhydrogen torches find use for cutting and welding purpose. Atomic hydrogen atoms are allowed to recombine on the surface to be welded to generate the temperature of 4000 Kelvin. Dihydrogen is used in fuel cells for generating electrical energy. Conventional fossil fuels and electric power not produce any pollution, and that's why it releases greater energy per unit mass of fuel in comparison to gasoline and other fuels. So this is all about, we can say that, uses of dihydrogen. Remember only 4 or 5 uses particularly for this standard 11. Another is very important for different types of examination. So make a screenshot of this. So this lecture number 3 is complete, and now we switch on towards hydrides. So this lecture number 4. Make a screenshot.